Hey, welcome to another Gourmet Fishing Info Short. I'm your host, David Murray, and on today's show, we're going to take a look at tying some loop knots. Now, you may be going, what in the heck do you have on? Well, the reason I've got this on is so when we're tying our knots, you'll be able to see them a little better than against my typical, usual blue attire. But hey, check it out. Gourmet Fishing's Pluff Mud Sauce shirts are here along with our sauces. Well, not along with the sauce. Sauces are almost here, not quite yet. But yeah, check out, they got the logo on the back. Oh man, they're kind of neat. I kind of like the way they turned out. But you can, and if you would like to have one of these awesome shirts, gourmetfishing.com and go to our online store. But before we can get our loop knots out to our planetary population, we do have a little bit of business we've got to take care of. So why don't we go ahead and get started by rolling the open. All right, the knots we're going to be tying today are the blood knot, which is a line to line knot, and our loop knot is the Rapala loop knot. So, or is it Rapala? Doesn't matter. So let's get started by tying the loop knot. Of course, I got to put these on so I can actually see what I'm doing. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to come over here and we're going to make an overhand knot, just like that. Okay, don't cinch it down. Don't need to do that yet. Then we're going to come in, and I'm going to use a little lead head. You can use whatever you're using to tie this loop knot. Obviously, you will be using that. So we have our overhand knot. We have our lead head. Now I'm going to take the tag in, and I'm going to put it back through our loop knot we just tied, just like that. See? Now we're going to take the tag in, come on this side, and I'm going to wrap it. Usually 5 or 6 times, but for our presentation, I'm just going to do it about 3 or 4 times. So now we have our line wrapped around our main line. We can take tag in and go back through our loop, just like that. And then take that tag in again, and we're going to go over the top and back through this way, just like that. Okay, now we're going to come down and we're going to slowly pull and cinch everything, just like that. How's that? That's fairly simple, fairly quick. Again, it's a little cumbersome in there, but I tell you what, the more you practice these things, the easier it gets. So we're going to trim that off, and there we are. There's our loop knot. And you can obviously you can make this loop as wide or as tight as possible. So that was fairly quick, fairly simple, wasn't it? So I tell you what, let's I don't know, act like we had some frayed up here, and we want to keep this. We don't feel like tying that Rapala loop again, so we trim it out. Take that little fray out of our line. So now we want to come back and tie these 2 lines together, and this is where our inline knot comes from, which is the blood knot. So come in here like this, and we're going to cross those 2 lines over just like that. Now this side, whichever side you want to do first, we're going to wrap it around, 4, 5, 6 times. I'm going to do this maybe 4 times, just like that. And we'll take this line and pass it through the crotch of our other one, just like so. Now we're going to take the other line and wrap it on the other side 3, 4 times itself. Then take this piece right here and pass it back through the same area that we did the first time. So kind of sort of what we have is like a figure 8. See that? Now we're going to slowly pull the 2 ends apart and then slowly drag these 2 in together, and there we are. That's our blood knot. Simple, quick and easy. Now before you really cinch that down, you want to lubricate that up with a spit or water or something like that, so it reduces the friction between the 2 lines and could weaken it just a tad. So we're going to come in, we're going to trim this up like so, And there we go. How about that? Line to line blood knot, Rapala loop knot. It's all right there, fairly simple. Again, all these knots, practice makes perfect. You know, the more you practice them, the more you time them, the better and more efficient you are in using them in your efficient application. So I tell you what, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click that little notification bell so you know exactly when we upload anything new. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram, our handle has 2 T's in Gourmet, as usual. One of those things we just had to do. And check us out on the internet webpage, www.gourmetfishing.com. And hey, go to that store and you get you one of these cool Pluff Mud shirts, man. Heck yeah. And a lot of our other stuff. We got the cookbooks and everything else, but also on the website we have all of our recipes that you can download, and all links and everything back to YouTube for all of our cooking videos. So I tell you what, until next time, God bless, and we'll see you soon. And 3. All right. Everything good, I think. Okay, yes. Oh yeah, check that out. Remember a couple of times I'd say, hey, you know, gotta be careful of that grill right here. Well, I tell you what, when we were doing our surf and turf, it got me. Anyway, okay. All right, so, all right, rock and roll. Rock and roll. All right.